Hans has skulked in through the front door, hoping to escape Herta's notice. He's carrying a tiny white fuzzy kitten in his arms. Herta confronts him. "Where were you all this time? Look at you!" Hans's hair hangs over his sweaty brow. His white shirt is grass-stained and his pants are ripped at the knee. He implores Herta with his blue gaze. His eyelids flutter disarmingly. "Look what I found right in front of school." He holds out the baby kitten, which mews piteously. "He doesn't belong to anybody, so I brought him home." Herta's face contorts. "I asked you, where did you go? You tell me you go to church, but you lie." Her voice is thick. Hans protests. "I did go to church. Then I went to Ike's house and then we played in the schoolyard." He speaks up boldly. "That's not a lie." This insolence infuriates Herta. She lunges at Hans and grabs him by the shirt collar with a jerk. "You don't talk to me like that. You tell me you are going to church. Nobody gave you permission to play. You lied to me." She brings her face close to his. "And you will get rid of this thing. We do not have dirty animals in this house." Herta swats Hans across the side of the head with such force that the kitten goes flying across the room. She screams, "Get that thing out of here and give it to the chickens." Hans picks up the terrified little lump of fur and holds it tenderly. He stands on the side porch thinking. His heart is pounding wildly. "I want to leave, but I can't leave Minna." He looks down at the wee kitten in his arms. He finds an old box underneath the side porch. He arranges a nest of leaves under the porch steps, pets and soothes the tiny creature, and covers it with the box. "Dear kitty, you can get air through these holes and I'll find you some food." Hans goes back into the kitchen. Carl is seated at the table, his chin resting on his chest. Minna is helping Herta serve the beans and bacon. Carl looks up at Hans. "What has happened to you? You were in a fight?" He examines the red bruise on the side of his son's head. "What happened to your shirt?" Hans looks directly at Herta as he speaks. "I went to Bible class and then I went to play with Ike. We were playing dodgeball and I got dirty. Herta does not believe me. She hit me." Carl stands, pushing the laden table away with a crash and overturning the milk pitcher. He glares at Herta. You, did I just say to you no hitting, no hurting? You make me sick with this cruelty. You do not touch my kinder." The children look at him in wonder. He slumps down into the chair, shaking. The following afternoon, Hans takes his wheelbarrow to the far end of the lot to get compost for the bean plants. There, lying on top of the compost pile, is the limp, tiny body of his kitten. The little head is smashed flat, almost bloodless. He weeps. He weeps for his lost mother, for injustice, for cruelty, for his poor father, for Minna, and for himself, trapped in such a world. Carl becomes increasingly depressed and removed. He does not have the will to oppose Herta. Things deteriorate, and the tragedy ensues. The children are left with Herta. Now, I have chosen a few of the more dramatic scenes and have left out many of the historical references, political and social, which fill in and create the atmosphere of that time. For this and the ramifications of these events upon Minna's life, you'll just have to read the book.